Julie's the real expert, and I've just been sort of around in the Columbus Community Bill of Rights group. We're most focused now on the injection wells up in Morrow County that have been just very old production wells back in the typically back in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s. They turned 13 or 14 of these things into injection wells, and they're all, we've got them on our website, pictures of them, and some of them just look like they're falling down. And, we understand that if they look like that on the surface, then the pipes going down to wherever they're supposed to go are probably half existent or non-existent in some of them. I know they do the pressure checks on them, and there's been many failed inspections over the years with a lot of these wells because they can't hold their pressure, or like the operator that runs most of these things, he overpressurizes some of them and they stop them, and so they just go back and forth with all these violations and orders to stop for a while. Then they supposedly fix it and they keep going with all these old pieces of junk they use for wells. That's kind of what we're dealing with Columbus Community Bill of Rights. We want to get a monitoring going with the city of Columbus. We've actually had Julie with us. Thank God we have Julie. But we visited the city water, Columbus Utilities water department. We had a meeting with them about 3 years ago. We're going to try and get another meeting. We've tried to meet with all the city council members. And Shannon Harden, who's now the president of Columbus City Council, was supportive with us last year that, we wanted to get a baseline water monitoring going for the Columbus watershed, for going into the Hoover and Alum Creek reservoirs, our main sources, I believe, for water in the city and many of the suburbs. And so we're trying to get that going. In the time that I have, Julie can give a lot of details of specific stuff, but I'm hoping I could show a couple of pictures of what we're talking about. We've done a lot of injection well tours over the last few years. Okay, if I share. See this, can everybody see the picture of the truck by the well tank there? I just want to make sure. Okay. This is the power well. This is on our Columbus Community Bill of Rights website. I put a lot of these wells up, and this first picture was in 2015, one of our injection well tours. We were taking pictures, and this truck actually drove up. He started injecting into the well, and when he saw us there, he tried to intimidate us. He took his camera and he was taking pictures of the license plates of our cars, and wondered what we were doing there. Then we came back 2 years later. This is the same well. They had upgraded it, and we were wondering if maybe they had done that because we had been there and brought some attention to it. But they put this big berm there and a new tank and so forth. But before that, this well had been around for a long time. Back, I think it was 1990, if I remember. This well had a stoppage order because they couldn't hold their pressure. Somehow they fixed it and they were up and running again. But these are the types of things that we've been dealing with looking at the tours. And we took Shannon Harden. We took a couple of the city council members up on our tours. We actually got an Ohio legislator up there. And I just wanted to show one more picture of brother, if I could find it. Sorry. Okay, this was a Morrow County Sentinel reporter took a picture of this. This was actually a spill from a tank from the major operator in Morrow County, and this was in a stream, and I think it was the Big Walnut or the Little Walnut stream, and it was off his property, and I don't know how many days it took to clean it up, but this is what happens when a tank leaks, and I can't get these pictures to perform the way I want them to. Sorry. I just wanted to kind of show one of the examples that we had in Morrow County of a real big leak for these problems we have with the operators and so forth. That nobody does anything about it, really. You hear about it in the paper once and then nothing happens. And I just one more thing I wanted to show. Let's see if I can get it here off our website. All right. This is what we've seen in Morrow County. This is all in our watershed for Columbus Public Water. This is on our main injection well page. This is a Olympic-sized swimming pool right here. It holds 660,000 gallons of water. Okay, if you take 928 of those Olympic-sized pools, which you see right here in this little diagram, as of 2017, that was how much frac waste has been injected underneath our watershed in Morrow County over the last 30 or 40 years. And that comes out to over 500 million gallons of radioactive frac waste that's been disposed of underneath our watershed. And I'm not even going to talk about, we know we've had 2 truck spills and several spills in Morrow County. And this is all within our source water protection area for Columbus Water. And Julie can speak to that better than I can. But I think that's really about all that I had to say. I'm just trying to shorten it up so Julie can talk more, and I don't want to take too much time. But we don't see that the Ohio Department of Natural Resources or the regulatory environment in Ohio is really doing anything to resolve this situation in any manner. They just basically keep regulations that the State House has so that they can continue to do this and continue just dumping this frac waste they don't know what to do with, and put it wherever they can. Nothing's ever done any differently than that. Never has been, and I don't see that it will now. One other thing I wanted to mention is since 2017, I don't know if we had this in testimony before today, but ODNR did some radium testing, and they showed that the amount of radium 226 and 228 in these frac wastes, just for these conventional wells, is way over the environmental discharge limits of the EPA. And again, there's no regulation, there's nothing. This has been 3 years going that we know that they know about this, and there's nothing's going on to help to alleviate this situation. I think I'm going to hold it off at that and let Julie talk, or if people have questions.
Okay.